What's up, guys? My name is Gabe and welcome back to the Trojan Blade. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is the instant reaction to USC's 29-10 win over the baby Bruins. And yeah, that certainly was a game of football. Not the prettiest game by any means. One of the worst halves I've seen USC play, and there have been plenty of bad ones this year. But we did respond well in the second half. We did enough to get the win. And when you just hone in and focus on this game, that's all that matters. Just beating the Bruins. So very happy about that. When we talk about the actual performance, it was very uninspiring, left a lot to be desired, but pretty much just more of the same for Lincoln Riley's USC. But again, let's keep the main thing the main thing. We know how these games get with UCLA. Weird, not that much fun to watch, to be honest. We've had a lot of clunkers against them. Last year's was a brutal watch. So just to come out on top, to have a very strong fourth quarter that was aided by a UCLA meltdown, as it usually is. But little brother's going to be little brother, and they certainly were that tonight. USC had another one of those crazy lucky games. King Miller had a fumble in the first half, and the ball bounced right back to him. UCLA dropped an interception in the first half as well. We were terrible in coverage on back-to-back plays, and Bruins just flat out dropped the ball. Jaden Maiava threw a horrible interception that got bailed out by a PI call. And then in the fourth quarter, the Bruins just melted down with crazy penalties, false starts, delay games. So while we've been bitten by the injury bug, it's really been made up for by the crazy bounces of the ball we've gotten this year. Whenever we fumble, it seems like the ball just bounces right back to us. A lot of dropped interceptions. Just been one of those weird years with that. But this game overall was just weird. Makai Lemon and Jacoby Lane were both suspended for the first quarter. There's some rumors going around about what happened, but they are just rumors, so I won't comment on that. And it was 10-7 Bruins going into half. And the majority of the first half, do you guys remember what Jaden Walker said about the team's preparation heading into the Notre Dame game? They weren't locked in, they weren't focused, and they weren't as intense. Well, Lincoln Riley failed to prepare this team to play this game because we did not play a good first half. We were not into this game. We were not ready or motivated to play in this rivalry game, which at USC is just obviously crazy and unacceptable, and the team seemed very distracted. There's been a lot of rumors about Lincoln Riley and his future, and the team sure played like they were feeling the weight of that in the first half. I don't know if Lincoln Riley just doesn't take these rivalries seriously, but to not be up and motivated for Notre Dame or UCLA, you just can't have that. And again, while I'm very glad we won, 29-10 is not indicative of how this game actually went. USC did not play well the vast majority of this game. UCLA is truly one of the more dreadful teams in this conference, if not the most dreadful. We just got a lot of issues. We were playing a ton of young guys in this game, which we did see some good performances. I remember when Alex Graham committed. On his commitment video, I said that he was my favorite player in the entire freshman class, and you saw why tonight. The dude is a football player. Put him anywhere in that secondary and he's going to make plays. I thought we saw the deficiencies of a guy like Kennedy Urlacher, and he's not one of the young guys, but there has to be something wrong with Eric Gentry. He's like running in mud, just super slow, indecisive, can't tackle. I mean, his plays kind of just went off a cliff this season. Jade Abasiri and Jakeem Stewart both continue to flash on the interior of the line, while Devin Tompkins, Keyshawn Silver, and pretty much everyone else just continued to struggle. Braylon Shelby had one of the craziest whiffs on a sack I've ever seen. But yeah, there was just something off about this team from the jump. It was very weird. That first half, if you were in the Coliseum, I would love to know what the vibe was like in that first half. If you have any insight on that, please do leave me a comment down below. Because just sitting here watching it on TV, in the back of my head, I knew that USC was going to storm back in the second half and win this game. If not because of the fact that we're a second half team, then because of how pathetic and hapless UCLA really is. But even though I knew that, it was just such an unsettling feeling seeing USC play like this with no fire, no intensity, no physicality, and then to come out flat to start the second half as well. Man, it was looking iffy. Now, Jaden Maiava in this game, I don't think the numbers tell the full story. He went 21 of 29, 257, 2 touchdowns, no picks. This easily could have been another 2 interception game, and you can argue should have been. 1 flat out drop in the first half and a bailout penalty in the second half that, while it was a penalty, had nothing to do with the interception itself. It was a terrible decision to throw that ball. And his body language throughout the game I thought was very weird too. He threw a couple touchdowns, and each time he kind of just hung his head and walked off, didn't go celebrate or anything, which I thought was a little strange. But yeah, just like most of the season, I'd say that Jaden Maiava was good in this game. He's a good quarterback. We'll get into the receivers in a minute, but we have to talk about King Miller. King Miller is rapidly ascending my favorite all-time running back list. I love everything about this kid. The way he plays, the way he runs, the way he catches the ball, the way he sees the game and views the game. He's surprisingly physical too. Like, he can really put his shoulder down and really pack a punch. On the day, he had 17 carries, 124 yards, 2 touchdowns. Had that beautiful touchdown to seal it. I love watching King Miller play football. And yes, in my opinion, he is the best running back on this team, even when everybody's healthy. But getting to the receivers, we had a wonderful opportunity to really cement Mekhi Lemon in that Biletnikoff race. It's tight with Jeremiah Smith after what he did today. And he goes out and has 1 reception for 32 yards. It was a touchdown, but considering Jeremiah is going to play in the Big Ten title game, I really don't like Mekhi's chances to win that award anymore. So I don't know why we didn't try to do more with him. So that's unfortunate. And no one really stood out in terms of being a receiver. Like, Jacoby had 3 catches, King had 4, Lemon 1, Tanook 3, Lake 3, Walker 3, Richardson 2. James Johnson caught a pass. So did Riley Wormley. It was a bizarre mix and a bizarre target spread, especially in that first quarter. Some of those wideout rotations were insane. Seeing Jay Fair out there with Jaden Richardson. But yeah, it was kind of just a all over the place day for the wideouts. And boy, oh boy, do we have to talk about special teams. Ryan Sayeri 0 for 2 for field goals, 1 blocked, 1 missed. His confidence is completely gone. And when we were going after a field goal, Jade Abasiri leaped over the line. We're still doing it. It's insane. I don't know what we're teaching during these special teams periods. Ryan Doherty has to be one of the worst special teams coordinators in the entire country. He's been with Lincoln Riley a long time. He's one of his buddies. He's got to go. If Lincoln Riley is USC's coach next year, we need a full-blown special teams coordinator because this has been a joke. But yeah, that's really all I have for the game. Like, just kind of a forgettable USC UCLA game. No one's going to be talking about this in a few weeks even. Just like last year's game, it'll kind of just be forgotten. It'll be a nice addition to the total win tally against them, but that's about it. Now, talking about the Lincoln Riley rumors and all the stuff that's going on surrounding that, my view on this team going forward, what I will say is I'm not excited to watch a Lincoln Riley team take the field next year. I didn't really enjoy watching the team play this year. It was very frustrating, aggravating. There was so much more meat left on the bone. I don't buy into the argument that we just don't have any talent. I think that in no world should we have lost that Illinois game with what Illinois turned out to be. And even if you want to mark down the ND and Oregon games as losses, we could have won one of those. We really could have. The gap is not that big between us and them. It's really not. So it's frustrating to be here. It's nice to be 9-3 for sure, with the chance for 10 wins. But the eye test is important too. And yeah, we beat all the teams we were supposed to beat. We didn't beat any of the teams we weren't supposed to. And the loss to Illinois is still inexcusable. And with all the rumors, there's so much stuff going around. The one thing I know for sure, just because of how many different legitimate reporters are talking about it, Lincoln Riley is testing the market. He is looking for other opportunities. Is one going to come along that entices him enough and which works out where he gets an offer and he actually leaves? I have no idea. But something is going on there. Do I want Lincoln Riley to leave, like, actively? No. Am I going to cry myself to sleep if he does leave? No. When I look at USC with a new facility opening, with Chad Bowden in place as one of the elite GMs in the entire sport, like, you watch, if Lincoln Riley were to leave, I don't think this class would just follow him. Like, you have guys like Mark Bowman who have said in interviews he wasn't even being talked to by USC until Chad Bowden arrived, which how crazy is that? Chad's the driving force behind this recruiting class. Lincoln obviously plays a huge part, but it's Chad's class. So with all that stuff in place, with an elite athletic director in Jen Cohen, if Lincoln were to leave, we're going to be more than fine. USC is absolutely a top job. USC is absolutely in prime position to make a huge leap. Now, next year is going to be tough. That schedule is insane. And if you're Lincoln Riley, is that what you're looking at? You're going into year 5. It's playoffs or bust. The pressure's turned on. If you go somewhere and take a different job, your clock resets. You get some breathing room. You get a lot more cushion, and you go from there. Again, just speculation, just talking. But yeah, USC 29, UCLA 10. My overall summarization of this game, I'm very happy that we won, but the performance on the field was extremely bleh. So with that elite analysis out there, I am going to call it. I am going to edit this video and get it uploaded. Obviously, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. If there's any news involving Lincoln Riley, I will be uploading it immediately. And other than that, we have the transfer portal. We have recruiting. It's going to be a massively busy time here on the channel. Thank you guys for yet another regular season allowing me to cover this team full time. It is a dream come true. I read through every single comment on every single video. It makes my day seeing this amount of USC discourse happen in the comment section on this channel. And of course, this channel would be literally nothing. It would be worthless without all of you that watch, that like, that comment, and subscribe. There's a reason in my intro I say that my name's Gabe and welcome back to the Trojan Blade, because I myself am not the Trojan Blade. We as a community are, and as incredibly cheesy as that sounds, it's true. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You are all awesome. And as always, take care and fight on.